Hey, good morning all. In this session, we are going to discuss about array iteration methods. So we have the following methods are here: for each map, filter, reduce and reduceRight, every and sum. And last two methods are for different purpose to find whether an element is there in an array or not. So except last two methods, remaining all methods are going to be used as array iteration methods, guys. Here, let us see some examples on the same. So here I created a file here. This contains an array which is having some values inside of it. How can we iterate these values? We already seen array iteration in the previous session by using looping statements. We already iterated array of objects also, and we binded the data into a table, right? So that is also an iteration process. And if you want to use predefined methods given by JavaScript, yes, we can use those methods also for our iteration purpose. Let us see. Here I have a method called ForEach method. So this ForEach method will iterate my array each and every value at one time. Each and every value will be iterated by using ForEach method. Let us see how this is going to be iterated. So array, your array dot ForEach, and here we have to pass a callback function that you can take anything here. Just I'm going to take a function like this. This is a function. This function expects some parameters, and at least one parameter you have to pass here. I'm giving you something called value, comma, I'm giving something called index, and one more thing, I'm giving you array. Yes, these are the parameters. This array itself is an array. This whatever the array we have here, not only the same, you can take anything here. We are taking array. If you want, you can take this as a ARR. Simply you can take any value here. So not only value, not only index, you can take any variables here. I want to take simply it as a v. Don't get confused here. You can take any variable here. While array is iterating, v holds the value of the array, index holds index of the array, and the third one contains array itself. Whatever the array we are iterating, that array was available here. This is how you can take any variables here. I am taking something called I. You can take something called x. That's enough. What is x here? X contains the array, I contains index, and v contains value. So you can take any variable. Let us take some meaningful manner so it is easy for us, right? So this is how we are going to pass the values to the for each method. Now I am going to print value of the array. Can you see what is the value it is going to printed there? And in the console, if you can check it, just check the same. I'm going to refresh the page and see the output of each and every value of array was iterated, guys. Here we have these are the values and they are all iterated. And if you can print index as well, yes, just you can go with the index. Just you can take index and just refresh it. We will get the index of the array. Right, I'm just going with the ARR. So if you can print ARR, the array, this array is going to printed how many values are there, that many times the loop is going to be iterated. Can you see each and every time the array was printed? I don't know how many values are there, that many times the same array is printed. So but this is not required for us. And one more thing, if you can pass only two parameters, loop will work definitely. Now I'm going to take this as a value. Can you see output will be there, guys? Yes, output will be there. So I'm removing this index also now, and you can see output will be work. I mean optional parameters. At least one parameter should be there. If value is not there, what is the purpose of writing it? At least one thing should be there. The first parameter will always holds the values, and the second parameter is always holds index, nothing but the array index, and the third parameter is nothing but array itself. Whatever the array we are iterating, that array value was available in this, guys. Not only like this, we can go with a function as well. So if you don't want to go with this, you can create a function and you can pass the function to it also. Function, some function name you can take here. Function array iteration, such a function I am taking. This is my own function. So we can write like this also, and we can pass the function to it, guys. 1 minute, just pass the function to it. That's it. Now you can check the output, guys, here whether it is working or not. I mean, we can create a separate function. Sometimes this function may be reusable for us, so create it as a separate function, or else we can pass it as a callback function. Just refresh the page and check the output. You can see the same output, guys. Nothing difference is there. But first parameter is the value, second parameter is the index, and third parameter is the array itself. You can pass any parameters here, no need to worry. You want to print both index and value here. I want to do something called index is equal to something. You can take anything like this. This is also called iteration of an array. Yes, you want to use predefined method, yes, you can use it. Otherwise you can go with your own for loop logic or while loop or else whatever it may be. See, the same I want to print by using for loop or while loop. So we know that for loop, if we can go, it is a we need to write everything, every logic we have to write here. For where I equal to 0, I less than array dot length. This is what we have to take for iteration. How many times the loop should be iterated based on the length, I plus plus. That's it. Now you can go and print it the same what we did with the for each loop. The same I am doing with for loop also. I mean, you can use anything for iteration purpose. There is no restriction here. So ultimate thing is our output. So here array of I, just you can check it now. You can get the value of an array each and every time the loop was iterated. Now we are getting the values. You want to print index as well, so just you can take I, the same what I did in the previous example. I'm also doing the same by using for loop. Not only for loop, you can go with the while or do while and for in, something like this, right? The same output was get it here, right? But here the only thing, just remember here, the for each loop will iterate, or for each loop will call a function once for each and every array element, guys. Here this is what the for each loop. We can use this method or we can write our own method also. This is what exactly the thing. So or else if you want to concatenate the values also, we can concatenate. So how can we concatenate and how can we bind these values to this particular data div, right? That too also we can do. Let us go and take it as a variable. So where I'm taking a variable txt plus equal, just an empty initialization while we are doing concatenation. So take a variable as empty, right? Initialize it. Now I want to iterate each and every value. This is iteration is going to happen here. Txt plus equal to value. That's it. Now what is going to happen? Each and every value is going to be appended. So now just add a break tag as well. So because I am going to bind this on the screen, so this is what exactly. Now how can I append this to this particular div? Get element by id. So document dot get element by id. What is the id of the div? Data is the div. Just we have an attribute called inner html, append the value txt. That's it. Now you can refresh the same and all the values are going to be appended on the screen. So this is how we can iterate array values, and whatever the logics we want to perform, yes, we can perform by using this for each loop if you have any iteration process. Yeah, the next method is here map method, array.map method. How this map method also will work? Remember, both are same, guys. And for each method, what it is doing, the map method also will do the same, but it will create a new array. But what is it is not doing anything, just it is going to print some values here, but map method is going to create a new array. Let us see how this map method is also working on the same. Like this each and every method, guys, all methods are for iteration purpose only. Let us see how this is going to work here. Now I have another method called array.map is the method. Map. So pass the callback function here. This method also expects some parameter, guys, here. So definitely we have to pass the parameters, nothing but value, array, index, such a manner. So this is going to be the first parameter is the value, second parameter is the index, and the next one is the array itself. You can take anything there. So we know that here we can take any variables here, but meaningful we are taking in meaningful manner we are taking these variables value, or you can take x, y, z also. X holds value, y holds index, z holds your array itself, right? So this is what exactly. But what it will do, it will return an array. For example, I'm not doing anything, just you can go and return. So you are in return value. So then what is going to happen? Again it will return the same value. See, this is going to return, so we have to keep this into a variable. Why? Because it is going to return an array, na? So I'm going to take it a variable as a new array equal to such a manner, right? Definitely after iteration, each and every value of the array, and again it will create a new array with the iteration process. Whatever the value we are getting in the iteration process, with that value it will create a new array. Right now I'm not manipulating the value, just I'm returning the same value as it is. Can you see now? If we can go here, we can see new array. Just you can print it and we can see the same array. So refresh the page and we can see the same array, nothing difference is there. You want to manipulate something here, value plus 10, every value I'm adding plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Now can you see your array will be something different. Now 20 for every value of an array, so 10 is added, so 10 plus 10 and something like this, 13 plus 10, 4 plus 10, such a manner. You want to multiply or else whatever you want to do, or you want to divide. So after each and every value multiplied, it is going to create an array that is nothing but the new array. This is going to return. This is also same, guys. Whatever you did in the for each loop, the same I can do here also. Nothing difference is there. Just you can go here. You want to print only value here, yes, you can print it, no problem. But the special purpose is here it is also written an array. Here just I am going to print the value here. You can see the same output will be there. The values are printed there, right? This is the value. Why lastly we are getting new array as empty? Oh, here we don't need, right? Just you can comment this. We are not returning anything, right? Just you can check it. This is what the output is, right? So the same you want to print index as well. So you can go with the index. So just I am going with the index is equal to value. Just you can see what we did by using for each, the same I'm able to do, but the only difference is here map method can return all the values as an array, but whereas for each is not going to return anything, guys, for us, right? This is what exactly the map method's duty. So like this we have some other methods, guys. We have next method is filter method, reduce method. They all look like same, guys. Here nothing difference is there, but the only thing we need to observe very small difference. Some methods will return arrays, some methods won't return arrays, guys. Let us see how this is going to work now. Filter method, the name itself is saying that filter. Array method, the filter method creates a new array with the array elements. I mean nothing but I will write one condition in my filter function. So if this condition is okay, based on that condition that array should return the values. How can we write the same? Let us go for the, see guys, the only difference is here for the map and for each is this is returning something. Just you can comment, just you can avoid this. So just you can print the new array, that's enough. Now you can see the new array will be printed, guys, with the processed values, right? Now the next thing is here with the same array I just want to apply the filter method. Let us see how can we apply the filter method. Array dot filter, 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 and pass the callback function or create a separate function and pass it as a parameter, no problem, right? Filter method also having some parameters, guys. Same, I am passing this as a value comma index comma array. These are the parameters. Rest. Yes, guys, as we seen already, value is containing value, index is containing array index, and array variable contain the array. So you can take any variable here. You can take xyz also. Xy, what is the xyz? Array itself. The third parameter is always array, second parameter is always index, and first parameter is always value. You can take any variable in place of them, but that holds array, value and index and array, guys. This is how this is going to work. Now what this filter method do? For example, this is also going to return an array, guys. Return value less than or greater than or equal to 20. Then what is going to happen? You can write greater than or equal to or greater than, whatever it may be. So now it is going to return an array. See what filter method do? It will iterate the loop for each and every value of the array at one time. So while iterating, it is checking one condition. If the value for every value of 10 is less than, greater than or equal to 20, okay. So value 13 greater than or equal to 20, 4 greater than or equal to 20, 7 greater than or equal to, like this. It is going to be iterated for each and every value. If the condition passes, that is going to return a new array. Let us take this into a new variable. So var new array or var arr, you can take any variable here, just to print it. If the condition is satisfied, those values will be available in the array. So otherwise we don't want other values, guys. This is simply saying that filtering the array. Can you see here I have something called 20, 50, 109 and 21. So but here I have one more new array is not defined. Where is this new array? Yes, this is not defined. Comment this. Why? Because earlier we used the new array. Right now we are using just arr variable. Based on the condition it is coming. So now if I take this is a less than or equal to, then we will get the values below the 20. This is how we are getting the values. This is how we can filter the values by using filter method. Not only the same what for each did, the same it can also do, but the method purpose is here we can filter the values. After filtering those values, it is going to return some value to us, guys, right? Next method is here reduce method. What is this reduce method will do? Let us see the output. So see, for everything you have to observe the output carefully, then it will be clear about the method definition. When you are doing something, if you are confusing with the method definition, please watch the output, so it will be very clear for us. I'm just thinking, right? Now the next method is reduce method here. Reduce method also runs a function on each and every array element to produce a single value. See, we have almost so many values are there. I want to reproduce an array with a single value. For example, I want to sum all the values. If you can sum all the values, array will return one value. If you can multiply all the values, it is going to return single value, like this. So we can write the same, guys, here. So we have, but this method is having 4 parameters actually. Let us see, guys, here. So array dot reduce, reduce, and it is going to callback function. Can you see here I'm passing a variable, I'm passing here total, or you can take anything here, right? Total or sum. Okay, we are summing, right? Let us take sum. After that value, comma, after that index, after that array, your array. This is your array. So it is having 4 parameters, guys. Even if you are not passing 4 parameters also, no problem, but some parameters are at least one parameter should be there, but in this at least you have to pass 2 parameters, guys, here. Why? Because this sum is going to hold the value of it, right? So now you can see the output will be like this: return sum plus, let us take the value. Then what is going to happen? The each and every value will be available. I mean it is going to save into the variable called sum. So sum, initially there is no value for sum here, just it is going to be like this, guys, right? You can take this into a value where sum or where total or anything, you can take it here. So now if we can print it, the total variable, it is going to sum each and every value of the array. So total total, and print it and check the output, guys, here how it is working. Yes, some syntax error. See on line number 13. Where is this? Yeah, so function, okay, sorry, this should be inside this sum. Actually we written outside of it, right? Here we have to write it. Yes. Anyhow, now you can check the same and we can see the output will be there, guys. It is sum all the values of an array and we are getting this is, guys. If you want to multiply, then you may get a very big number maybe. So each and every number is going to be multiplied, right? So this is a big number we are getting. So this is how the arrays reduce method will work. But here one thing, we have another method, guys, here, reduceRight. What is this reduceRight method will do? The only one difference, guys, reduce method will do left to right iteration, whereas reduceRight method will do right to left iteration, guys. That is what the reduceRight method. The reduceRight method also return an array for each and every element. It will iterate each and every value of iterating each and every value, it is going to return a single value. I mean, what you want to do, you want to sum, or you want to add, or you want to multiply, whatever it may be. But reduce method is doing left to right, whereas reduceRight method will iterate your array from right side to left side, guys. This is how the reduceRight method also will work. Same, nothing difference is there. You can take reduceRight here, RIGHT, R capital. Same parameters are going to be there, guys. Here nothing difference is there. If you can run it, but the iteration was done from right to left. So if you can apply this right to left, earlier reduce method is going to do left side to right side iteration. That's the only difference with the reduce and reduceRight, guys. Here now I want to go with one more method called every, EVERY, every. What is this every method will do? Let us see that method also. Let us apply the same, guys. The every method check if all array values are pass a condition. I mean, if all the array values passes a condition, it is going to print that. That's it. And let us see what is the, and nothing but it is also going to return the value if they are passed in the condition. If the, just we will see a small example so that we will understand. So this is an array. I want to get all the values which are greater than 18 or which are less than 18. This is already we seen, but a small difference will be there. Let us see the same. Where below something like I am taking a variable called something array dot every, 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 and you can write something called a callback function. So here the callback function have the following parameters, guys. Index value array. Only reduce method having 4 parameters, remaining all are having 3 parameters. So this is first is always value, second one is index, third one is array itself. This is the array. Now I just want to return value greater than 20. In such a manner I return. So if I run this, what is my output, guys? If the condition passes, if the condition passes, 1 minute please, guys. Now see the output of this method. This method always returns true. I mean, each and every value of the array is going to be satisfy this condition. I mean, so I given something called greater than 2, 10 greater than 20. I mean, each and every value should be satisfied. I mean, it should be greater than 20. If it is satisfied, this method will return true or false. Now let us see, it is going to return false. Why? Because some of the values may be greater than 20, some of the values may be, so they are below the 20. Every value should satisfy the condition. For example, you can take these values now, only 3 values. These are all below 20. So now what is my condition here? Greater than 20. Now can you see my output is false. Let us make this as a less than. If all values are less than 20, condition is true. Earlier condition was false, so now condition is true. Definitely every value, now I am getting the value called return true, something like this, right? This method returns true or false based on the, see here, each and every value of the array is going to be compared here. If every value is under the condition, if it is satisfied, this is going to return true. If any one of the value, for example, if I give something called 25, but this is false now, so then it is every value I'm saying you, now it is false. Each and every value should be under the condition, below the condition. The value should satisfy the condition. What is the condition? Value less than or less than 20. Every value should less than the 20. If it is more than 20, at least any one of the value, if they more than 20, it is going to return the false. Every value should satisfy the condition. This is what the every method will do, guys. Every method will return true or false. That's the only thing. This is what every method duty. Now we have one more method called sum method. What is this sum method also will do? And let us see the same, guys, how it is going to work here. Sum method, I'm applying the same sum method on the same logic earlier we written. Let us go with array.sum and let us see what is our output. Right, so what is this sum method will do? The sum method also check if some array values pass a test. For example, check if some array values are larger than 20 or below 20, such a manner, right? So larger than 20. Right, let us see here. I'm writing some value called 20. I applied some method here. If you can apply some method, see the output of it. Can you see? Now I'm getting true. So now I'm taking all the below lowest values here. They are not such a manner. So can you see here? You can see the output will be false now. So larger than 20, the condition we written like this. So or else you can write less than or equal to 20. It is also the same, but so some little difference is there between the two methods, guys. Here, what are all the methods we have discussed now? All methods are not supported in IE8 browser under the below versions, guys. These methods will support by default in all the advanced browsers, nothing but Firefox, Chrome and Safari. But IE8 and below versions, it won't support, guys. For that we have to go for our alternative logic, right? Yeah. Next methods are index and indexOf. The same methods we can see in our string functions also. Later session we will discuss string functions. There also we can see index and lastIndexOf. What is the indexOf method? What is the lastIndexOf method will do? Let us check it carefully. I have a method called indexOf method. It will find whether an element is there in an array or not. If element is exists, that is going to return the position of the element. If element not available, that is going to return -1. If you are getting -1, that element is not exist in the array. So now I am going to write it as a 10. Is 10 is there in the array? If it is there, it will return the position of the 10. Okay. Can you see here? My output will be like this, right? I'm just going to check it, refresh the page, and can you see out value? I mean index is 0. 0 means at 0th position you are getting the value. Now I'm going to pass this as a 7. Is 7 is there in the array? If it is there, it will return the position of the element 3. For example, I have sometimes some elements may be there, they may be repeated multiple times, then we need to check it now. So what is the output will be there and all. I'm going to write something called, right, this is my array. Can you see 10 was repeated 2 times and 23 is also repeated 2 times. So if I pass 10 indexOf, what is my output here? When we are having different elements, no problem, we will get the output properly. When we are having an element which is repeated multiple times in the array, then it will give the first occurrence only. What is the first occurrence? 0 only. Then sir, how can we find the last occurrence? For example, I have one more 10 here. So one more some other values are there here. So this is also 10. Totally there are 4 times the value 10 is there in the array, but it is given the first occurrence only. How can I get the last occurrence, guys? Here, see, indexOf method will always search for a value. If value exists, returns the what is it will return? Returns the position. Or not exists, then what is going to give you? It is going to give you a negative value. For example, I am trying to give you a negative, some different value here. I am going to take this as 100. Is 100 is there in this array? There is no such a value 100 in the array. Then definitely you can see the output as -1. There is no such a value. Here in the same manner, we have some other method, guys. The method is here lastIndexOf. The same method, I'm going to check it, guys. Here lastIndex. This is indexOf is always for the first occurrence. Now we have another method called lastIndexOf in this I capital and O capital. In indexOf also O capital. In lastIndexOf, last I capital here as well as O capital. lastIndexOf. This is case sensitive. Remember carefully. Now last occurrence of 10. Can you see the last occurrence of 10 is here, and you can refresh it and you can check the last occurrence 100. Sorry, 100 is not there now. Anyhow, whatever indexOf method or lastIndexOf method, if a value not found, it is going to return -1. Now you can see the 10 last occurrence of the 10 is 11th position. This is the 11th position, the 10 was there. Then what about these two, sir? How can we get these two? Right, so is there any method given by JavaScript? We don't have any method. If you want, you can write your own logic. There is no other way, right? Do you want to write your own logic either by using mapping methods? I mean, just now we seen the iteration methods, or else you can write ForEach and for loop method also. Now I want to find the positions of 10. How to find the positions of 10? In what position? So 10 was available in first position and last position. In the middle positions also, I want to get those positions also. We are able to get first position and last position, but not the middle positions. For that, we can write our own logic, or else you can go with the ForEach method or whatever it may be. Array.forEach. Just we will write a small condition inside of it. In ForEach, E should be capital. So write a callback function. functay function. This function, just I am taking value. Remaining are optional parameters, right? We know, right? If you want, you can take them also. Yeah, I want to take index as well. Why? Because I want to display the index also, no? At what position the 10 is there. Right now I want to write a small condition here. If value equal to 10, so it is going to iterate each and every value, right? For every value I'm checking a condition, value 10, value 10, value 10, find the index of it, right? Just I want to print it. Console.log value. Now what is going to happen? Value will be printed, but I want to print the value with index, right? Index, simply you can go with this. Can you see now your output will be, this is output, 0th position, 7th position, 9th position and 11th position. So by default we are able to get this position and we are able to get this position, but not these. So we have to write our own logic, or else you don't like this, you can go with your for loop also, right? The same condition will be there in the for loop also, nothing difference will be there, guys. The same, we can write either while loop or for loop. Now if you want to iterate the same without iteration methods, for where I equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus. Here we will write one condition, if array of I equal to 10, each and every value, so right, we can write the same, guys. This is also going to repeat each and every value. So while repeating, if the value is equal to 10, then I want to print it. Now 10 will be printed, but I need the position also, just take the I, that's enough. The same what we did by using for each, the same I am doing with for loop as well. The same output will get. Syntax error on line number 14. What is the problem here? Semicolon is missed here, right? Keep the semicolon, done, and execute the same, and you can see the same output, guys. What we did with the for each, the same I am able to do by using for loop also. Simple thing, remember, what you can do by using array iteration methods, the same I can do by using our looping statements as well, guys. Yes, guys, this is nothing but array iteration methods. If you have any doubts, please comment under the video section. Thank you, guys.